Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I am busy knitting. I'm on to the front of this little sweater. I've done one side of the V-neck for the front, and I'm doing the other side. That's the left side, and I'm busy doing the right side now. So after I do that, I just have to put the neckband on and then sew it up. So I have all the other pieces here, they're all knitted. The back, one sleeve, two sleeves, and the front I'm in the middle of. And writing down, I found quite a few mistakes on the different rows that, for when you're doing your wrong row and a right row. I had the instructions for the shaping the wrong way around on the second part, or you would have ended up with two left sides. So it's a good thing that I write everything down as I'm knitting, and I write things down in the book as I'm doing it. And I've already done, I think I've done a 16-inch at this sometime or other, but I'll probably have to do another one. But I've done the last one I did was an 18-inch, and I just wrote everything down as I was doing it. But I wrote down what I was doing, but I got mixed up with the with having to split it in two, with the shaping for the armhole and the shaping for the V-neck, and I had the wrong instructions down. So it's just as well that when I write things down, I start working from my own pattern, and if I've made any mistakes, I can sort them out. But if it's just one thing I've done, it could be quite some time before I come back to this pattern again and realise I've made other mistakes when I've been doing it. But it's not that long since I've just done the 18-inch, so what I'm looking it down, and I had the shaping, so the armhole shaping was going to be on the other side, the instructions for it, but that wasn't how I did it when I knitted it. I do make mistakes like that when I'm writing things down, so it's a good thing that I actually work from my own pattern. But this is the pattern I'm working from, if I can get it. That's the pattern I'm working from for the cardigan, so I only need to work the front out because I already have the back and the sleeves. But as I'm working from doing the back and the sleeves from here, I probably never had this pattern tested, but I've never found any faults with it, so it's a good thing, because I only started getting my patterns tested, I'm not sure what number pattern, because I have 22 patterns now, but I know I didn't get them tested at the start. And that was pattern number 4, so I know it hasn't been tested, but it's a very easy pattern and I have found no faults at all with it up to now. But it's a good thing for me to work from my own patterns, because especially those ones I've never had tested, if there happens to be any faults, I'll find them when I'm knitting from them. So that's how far I've got with this. I've got to remember I'm decreasing at the neck on every third row for so many times, and then every fourth row, so I've got to keep checking that's 1, 2. I'm on to a decrease because it's the third one. No, it's not. I've done 2 rows, so I've done I've only done 1, so I have another 2 rows to do. It'll be done on the wrong side. That's this next time. I like that. But I was at my bingo last night, and I won a £5 line, and then my friend Anne won. She won a £20 house, but someone else shouted at the same time, so we had to share that with someone else, so she only got £10. And then which we split, so that's £5. I gave Anne £2.50, and she gives me £5 out of the £10. And then Anne, we buy tickets for, it's the 6th game in the book, because we have a break after the 6th game, but on the 6th game we buy a ticket with numbers on, and whatever number that 6th game is called on, if you have that number in the little book, we get 2 numbers in a little card, And if you have that number, you win £30. When Anne had the number, she won another £30. So we had another £15 each there. And that was all we won. Molly was moaning because I always get Molly's tickets for her, and I always give her the choice to see, pick whichever book you want, Molly. She always picked the wrong one. But that's just the way things happen. But apart from that, I took my knitting in with me to do some knitting. Got very little done because I had to put Anne's knitting right for her. I called in at Anne's house first because me and Anne tend to do a lot of, when we do cooking, anything that we can share. If Anne does things like soups or stews or anything like that, she'll save some for me and put them in those containers, you know, either freeze them if they have to be frozen and that, and then we swap foods like that. And then I do the same if I do anything, you know. Well, Anne had some soup for me last night, so I had to call into her house to get it, but I was calling into her house anyway. I usually just sit in the car when I pick her up and just text her and say, I'm waiting outside for you, and she'll come out straight away. But if we have anything like that to swap, like food things, we go in and out of each other's house. And I had made chicken curry with rice and extra onions. I fry extra onions afterwards so you get some nice chunky onions with it. And mushrooms and that. And I saved half of that to take. Well, it wasn't for Anne, it's for her husband, because Anne doesn't like curry. So I swapped the curry for the soup of Anne. And that's what we do sometimes, like beef stew or chicken stew, shepherd's pie, anything you can save in a tub like that, that's what we do. So when I went into Anne's house, she gets her knitting out. And she's saying, I've made a mistake. And I'm looking, I said, Anne, we haven't got time to sit and look at it here. Just bring it to the bingo and I'll sort it out there. So I didn't get much of my own knitting done because I had to sort Anne's out for her. And I'm looking at Anne's knitting when we got sorted out and got all our books and that. And I'm looking at Anne's knitting and I'm saying, well, look, you're on the 4th row here. I says, you should have been knitting. It's my latest pattern, the number 22 that she was doing. I says, at the 4th row, I says, you're knitting 4 stitches and purling 1 stitch. I says, it's a row where you just have to look at what you see. If you see you knit it. If you see you purl it. And some rows she had knitted 4, and some she had done one of the other rows. She had done the purl one, knit 2 and purl 1. And I'm saying to her, she's saying, but, you know, I find it hard to copy, to remember the rows. I says, and there's only actual 2 rows that you have to work out. I says, they are the right side rows where you do the pattern. I says, where you drop you put your needle in the stitch below the one on the needle and you knit them both, you take them both off the needle. I says, that's all you've got to remember. And then remember the knits and the purls that go in between those stitches, the 4 stitches in between. And I says, when you're doing the wrong side, all you have to think about is what you see. If you see a knit, you knit it. If you see a purl, you purl it. And I'm telling her off now, oh, listen, Molly said to me, she said, how will you pack it in? She says, you've got me, I'm nearly paying myself here laughing at you two. She says, it's like a comedy show when you get started. I said, I know, Molly, I says, but it's such a simple pattern. And Molly says, well, you know, Anne, she cannot read a pattern to save her life. I said, I know, I've worked that out. So I had to go back 2 rows on her knitting because she had made a mistake, and she had, instead of 1 row on the right side row, she had to purl 4 stitches and knit the stitch below the stitch on the needle for to drop the stitch down. That's all she had to do all the way across the row. And then on the 4th row, she had to purl those stitches that she had knitted. No, knit the stitches that she had purled and purl the stitches she had knitted. What you see on the needle. She couldn't just sort of work it out. Anne's mind just doesn't work out knitting patterns. Because I'm saying there's only 4 rows to the pattern, Anne. There's only 2 you've really got to think about. So I didn't get much of my knitting done. little bit putting hands right. But that was it anyway. And then I got home and did a little bit of this. So I think I've done about half a dozen rows of this after I put hands right. I had a little bit of time, and then I always go for to pick the car up and bring the car up to the entrance where we come out of the club, because Molly waits there because it's too far for her to walk where we park the car. So I always bring the car up to the entrance for to pick Molly up, and there's one of the other girls that sits with us, Maria, always walks Molly down there. There's like a little ramp thing from the entrance. She walks down with her, and she's standing there holding my knitting and the little bag, the little bowl that I had. She says, "You forgot your knitting." I put it underneath the table. You know, there's a table that we have the bingo on, and then there's a ledge underneath. And when the bingo starts again, I'll do some knitting. When the bingo starts, I'll just put my knitting, shove my knitting under the ledge. Well, on the second break, after the second break, I usually just put it in my little bag because it's no more breaks after that. But I forgot, and I put it under the table, and I nearly forgot it. It's a good job Maria seen it. She says, "You sure you want this?" And she was going like this, and she was handing it to me and then pulling it back and handing it and pulling it back. I'm saying, "I'm going to get out of this car and hit you in a minute." So that was my bingo night last night. And now it's just peace and quiet and just do what knitting I want to do now. So thumbs up and subscribe. Catch you all another time. So bye for now.